Welcome back to Open Your Reality. In this video, I want to continue talking about Source. I apologize for the long interruption. Now, we were talking about the fundamental nature of Source. And Source is what designed and controls our universe. It was chosen intentionally by the source of the previous universe. And its purpose is to carry forward the information and the next great cycle of creation. Now, does Source have a counterpart or a nemesis? Is there a counterpart? We might consider this to be the light. Yes, it would be the dark. And the reason is the dark isn't just a metaphor. It's a real force that challenges the light at every stage of soul evolution. It's this constant battle. It's like this seesaw where you have the light and the dark going back and forth to see who is going to be the winner in this particular universe. And what the dark does, it creates resistance, conflict, and it's the friction that drives growth. And this tension between light and dark forms is the very framework of our entire simulation. So how is the dark connected to this universe? Well, the dark moves besides the light, like a shadow, spanning every universe that has ever existed. And it flows like a continuous wave, not bound by the sealed structures the light creates. Its influence persists across time and space. Its arrival to the source, to the light, attempting to sway and corrupt the souls, all the souls that are in this particular universe. So its presence is both destructive and essential at the same time. And that is something I think a lot of people miss, that the dark is there to make us better. It's the same thing for anything in life. You need to struggle. For example, if you go to the gym and you lift weights, you may hate the gym, you may hate exercise, but that would be considered dark. The struggle, the pain. And what that does, it makes you stronger. All right? That's supposed to be a muscle. Are other universes still operational during our time, during our universe here? No. Their energy remains, but the universes themselves are no longer active. They have completed their cycles, and they now exist as links in a vast energetic chain, or as Tom Campbell would say, the database. And although they are inaccessible, their accumulated essence supports the evolving structure of reality. And by the way, all of this is based upon my first video on Source. If you haven't seen it, it's the video before this one. I'll put the link below. But all of this comes from Liz Cross's channeling of Source. Okay, so she has a little bit of a different take on things, but it's similar to Tom Campbell's Big Cheese, the big cheese that operates the entire universe. So I was very surprised when Liz Cross talked about Source, because right away I put two and two together and could see the similarities. So these other universes are no longer operational. They're just information in the database. Now, are there souls in these completed universes? No, there are no souls. All the souls in these universes eventually return to Source. We're all trying to get back to Source. And their individuality dissolves. It's like Tom Campbell says, once a person dies and the soul no longer inhibits the body, this becomes what he calls a free will awareness unit. And then once it integrates back into the soul, this free will awareness unit, which you could also think of as the personality, all the accumulated memories and experiences that this body lived through on the earth plane, whatever given time it was around, dissipates. It's still stored in the soul, which Tom calls the IUOC, individuated unit of consciousness, but this part no longer remains. So we can see that there's a lot of similarity between what Liz Cross is saying and what Tom Campbell is saying. And really, Tom is who kicked off my whole channel. He's the reason that I started making this channel, because I was listening to hours and hours of his lectures, and he has videos that sometimes are 8, 9, 10 hours long, and I was just fascinated by the information. But Tom is verbose, and there's no editing in his videos, and a lot of people are not going to sit through that. So I decided to make little 10 to 15 minute bite-sized videos with music and with imagery so people would pay attention. And that's the whole reason I started my channel. Also, to become famous and make lots of money, but that never happened. So there you go. But at least this one did. Another question that people ask is, can anyone leave the universe? Well, only Source can leave the universe. There's a boundary that goes all around the universe that preserves cosmic order. So souls and angels, they all remain within our universe, the universe assigned to them. And only Source holds the authority to step outside the system it oversees. Some people ask, would Source ever abandon us? Is that possible? No. The answer is no. Source never leaves its creation behind, even in suffering. Source remains present. It offers constant oversight and compassion. So this presence is meant to reassure us through every hardship, because we're leading hundreds of lives through this universe. Yeah, that's right. We'll be back. like Terminator said, I'll be back, and you come back again and again and again. Now, a lot of people wonder about free will. This is a conversation that I've had with a number of my guests. I like to ask them, do we actually have free will in this universe? And I started getting the following answer, and Liz says about the same thing too. Free will exists primarily before incarnation, so when you're in what I call the spirit world, or the afterlife, you can call it heaven, the astral world, whatever you want to call it, there is some level of free will, because we get to choose the kind of life and body we want. I know what you're saying, right? Well, shoot, I can't believe I chose that body. But hey, look, we all come in here with a certain plan. Some people always choose to be handicapped because they like the challenge. Personally, I don't. But souls do structure their lives, and they have certain lessons and challenges they want to experience. And once in physical form, free will begins to narrow to very small decisions. Okay, so very small decisions and responses. So life becomes a mixture of fate and subtle choice, I'm afraid to say. Okay. And we've seen that. I mean, there have been people who've had self-fulfilling prophecies about their life, who said, I'm not going to probably be around that long, and then they weren't. Some people want to die young. I was watching a documentary on Kobe Bryant, and I don't know, somebody mentioned there, I believe it was Kobe Bryant, but somebody mentioned that Kobe said he wasn't going to be around to be an old person, that he wanted to go young. I believe it was Kobe Bryant, and sure enough, helicopter crash, gone. James Dean, I'm sure he didn't want to be an old man either. He went out young. A lot of people go out young. Paul Walker, a number of people. And maybe it's just their fate. Bruce Lee, same thing. So Liz goes on, and she was asked, why are Earth and humanity considered special? Because like I said in the first video, Earth is almost like the perfect place. So every time a new universe is created, all Source does is copy the Earth, and there's little changes, small changes, but largely it's the same. And she said, Earth forms the lowest tier of a very vast power structure. And Earth generates all the energy that sustains everything above it. So human life, with all its struggle and intensity, fuels spiritual ascension. Without the Earth, we don't have the spiritual ascension. So Earth is both a battlefield and a foundation, a place where difficulty eventually becomes power. She was also asked how many advanced civilizations existed before humans, and it was very interesting. She said 5. Now, if you look at the Matrix movies, there were 5 predecessors before Neo. So, a lot of similarities. Earth has been reset multiple times. We've talked about those resets. I think the next one might be coming in 2040, according to certain people. And it offers a new attempt at evolution, because every previous civilization serves as a lesson etched into the world's long memory. And I'm afraid, and I'm going to make videos on this, I want to talk more about what's going on in the world, in social circles, economic circles, everything, because I have a lot to say on it. But I think we're on a downward trend. I think we need a reset, because I think things are going to get worse. And I'll just give you a little preview on that. The way I see it is, okay, we have Generation Alpha, and Generation Alpha has always grown up with tech. And we know that tech causes low attention spans, instant gratification, and it makes people very unhealthy physically and mentally. And then we have AI, and AI is the worst it's ever going to be right now, and it's only going to get better and better and better and better. So what's going to happen when we have a whole bunch of people in this boat, and AI is going this way? The average IQ is about 100. These people are going to drop to a lower and lower IQ. AI is going higher and higher into the thousands. Okay? Huge disparity there. See what I'm talking about? That's why we need a reset. There's a lot more I need to say about this. But why do humans engage in war and pollution? Why are we killing ourselves? Well, it's because of the dark's influence. The dark has a constant influence over us, and we have to fight against it. We are, how can I put this?